me, and I want my Joker TV.
Once again I say, sorry to you all. Yes, I was the broken pieces I paid for. I was always one to marry myself, but I'm not the only one for right now. You cannot say that you're the boy. It's time to speak the truth against what you looked in the mirror. What have I done to annoy you this time? Your ego is a lion and your demise. Sooner or later you'll realize it's a disguise. Trying to bring the news to you. What is the news to you? As my life goes by, my motivation fades. As the days go by, and life begins to fade. So I'm my own now, give this time. So you don't have to focus on mine. What can you say that hasn't been said before? I put it all before while standing in the mirror. Like a crappy friend that what I used to be. So why do you love me, babe? Why do you love me, every time that goes by, it's hard to find love another time. That's why it just sounds like a lie. Got anyone who's lost to one night from this corrupted nightmare. Where I have to see a tiny house, sunshine so I can rebuild it. Change in this life. It's time to take myself out of a grave and start to lose your shine. My mind is quickly making changes. I was just stuck between some phrases, but now I know that I can rearrange this. It's time to grow up so I can finally face this. Trouble mind, losing time, never being satisfied. No inspiration, motivation, can't give any explanation. I feel so hard, so deeply scarred, so ready to be set free. Set free. As my life goes by, my motivation fades. As the days go by, then life begins to fade. So I'm my own, now I give this time. So you don't have to focus on mine. As my life goes by, my motivation fades. As the days go by, then life begins to fade. So I'm my own, now I give this time. So you don't have to focus on mine. The war inside my head has got the best of me. I hate that I set up on free.
All right, welcome to JOKERJOKErtv.
We're starting already?
Yes, we are.
So you're wearing the one shirt right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
we're back. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Episode 148.
All right. So what do we got? That was Zacky Sickness there in the
Zacky
opening.
Sickness. I always love his stuff.
What was that called?
As the days go by.
There you go. So, yeah, he got together with this guy, Justin Haskin, and instrumentals by Jacob
Lazzotti.
And they released that like about 2 weeks ago. So
April 14th, right before taxes were due.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this year wasn't it the 18th that they were due?
I don't know. I still got to do mine.
I
was planning on doing the extension thing, but I got lost in the paperwork.
I think Rick's mic's peaking a little bit. Yeah, so you haven't. Wait a minute, you haven't finished them yet at all?
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's taking you so long?
My computer got wet.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody was decided that they needed to use my computer while they were in the bathroom, and the shower was on, and it steamed it all up.
Oh my God. Oh boy.
So right now it's sitting in like a 50-pound box of rice.
Oh,
know.
really? So you don't even know if it's going to work yet. Huh?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if the rice is going to taste funny after.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
A little battery acidy.
Maybe. You never know. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got on the show today. So if anybody was paying attention, we hit 900 subscribers.
900 subscribers.
What day was that? On Monday?
I think so.
Yeah, Monday, I think. We hit 900 subscribers. I mean, that's freaking amazing.
Right, yes. and now we're at 901.
901?
And
oh, nice.
we could be even higher, because the whole idea is we're shooting for 1,000, right? Is that if everybody that watches the show on this episode, if they share this with, one friend, that could get us over 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, what was it? We were looking this up. It was been about 2 months since we hit 800.
Right.
Because that was in, what was that, January, March,
yes.
April. Yeah. So it's been like almost exactly 2 months. So let's see if we can like cut that time in half.
Right, exactly.
And
it's time.
And
folks.
in 1 month,
we're counting on you.
Let's hit 1,000. Like, how awesome would that be?
Yes.
So I don't know. Do we get a prize from YouTube once we hit 1,000?
I don't know. I've been dying to find out.
Like, we've been giving prizes out. Do we get a prize when we hit 1,000?
Well, I think they open up. They give you like the Oompa Loompa key, and that basically lets you like, actually have access to one of the YouTube satellites
to the factory.
Just for 2 hours a week.
The YouTube factory with all the satellites?
Yeah,
okay.
And all the Oompa Loompa people in there. And
so we get to go visit the cloud.
Right, exactly.
All right. Anyways.
It's not just for the space balloons, neither.
So since we hit 900, towards the end of the show, we're going to be giving away a prize.
Now, do we still have that magic hat?
We do, yeah.
With
right
all the
there.
names in it, right?
Yeah. With all the
Okay,
names
So
in
we're
it.
going to have to, get that out.
We got to make sure.
Hopefully.
Any last minute, like, so maybe we should talk about this. How does people get their name in the hat?
Okay, so, and we've been running a little bit late lately, folks.
Yeah.
But, you can submit your video.
What kind of video?
A video that says, I want my Joker TV! Right? And you can do it in any wacky way that you want.
Oh, so they don't have to say it with that
could be funny,
voice?
it could be serious. We could even have somebody that, is in tears as they're saying it. Who knows? Sometimes we've had farm animals say it. I've had, remember we had that one, the pig just wandered into my yard from God knows where?
Yeah, I know. That was weird.
Right, yeah. So we even had a dead deer say it.
We had a dominatrix.
Yeah,
Submit.
a dominatrix, yes.
Yeah.
So, and the weirder the wackier you are, and what we do is whenever we're running on some dead spots, or we just want to liven it up a little bit, we'll throw in one of those.
Yeah.
And basically, when we hit to the next 100 subscribers, we make a draw. We have a drawing. He's got a hat, and the hats. We're gonna have to get a bigger hat because we've been getting a lot.
Yeah.
But we draw, and whoever wins will get a whole bunch of really cool merch.
Yep. And each time we do it, it'll be something different. So we got to figure out what we're going to give away this time.
Right. Yeah, and we have some really awesome prize packs.
If anybody in the chat has any suggestions of what kind of prize we should give away, like so far we've given away mostly Joker TV merch.
Right.
We'll see what else. That one time we sent like a package deal that had a bunch of CDs, stickers, patches, and things like that from different bands.
Right.
So that was a cool gift. We might have to do another one of those or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll get to that more later in the show. We're also have the part 2 to the for OSTINATI 2 Saurian performance that happened here at Joker TV.
They jammed it out too.
That was on
The day after, that was on the
2nd.
day after April Fool's Day.
Yeah, April 2nd. Yep.
Yep.
So we're gonna play part 2 of that. If you want to see part 1, watch last week's show.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then let's see. And coming up next here in a second, we're about to have a show takeover.
Yes.
Tell everybody kind of what that is.
Okay. So we've got an amazing guy who's going to be taking over, Akeeme Martin. Okay.
Yep.
And he's got this Festival of Sisterhood,
Mm-hmm.
a trilogy of queendom, and I can just tell you right now, you're going to want to keep this episode because that music is jamming out.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a lot different than what you're used to.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're used to all that weird stuff that we normally do.
Yeah.
This time, it's going to be real cool.
Well, I mean, there's still a little bit of weird stuff in it, and it's a couple pop artists, some hip hop artists, some even metal artists. So it's a good mixture. Akeeme works with all different kinds of people. This Festival of Sisterhood is mostly, I think predominantly based around women performers, and we'll talk more to him about that. And so a lot of these that you're going to see are mostly bands or artists that are women, or
and when you see this, I'm just telling you that the music is so good tonight. We're talking like playlist.
Yeah, I knew that this would be more up your alley of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what we play normally is kind of more up my alley because I'm more the experimental, and heavy, music artist. But we're doing this, as a way to expand what JOKERJOKERtv is,
and to let people know that we're just not always all weird. We do have our normal moments, and we're gonna have somebody normal on the show, which is kind of cool. But it's kind of weird for us, I mean, I've been all nervous the whole time.
Yeah. And so, this is sort of also a way for us to test some ideas out too, because we want to start having, opening up our show to other artists or other organizers, I should say, that want to put their own shows together or put their own segments on the show together, things like that. We've got different people in the community who already do podcasting and live streaming and stuff like that. So, this is a way to bring everybody in the community together is, by doing this on JOKERJOKERtv like this.
And this is going to be awesome, folks.
Yep. So we'll have that here in a second, but first we have a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back after this.
We'll be right back.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Nothing in your house and her heart till heaven.
JOKERJOKERtv, produced in Athens, Georgia, is a weekly live stream show that airs every Thursday night at 6:30. The program features all types of submissions from independent and underground artists, including music videos, short film, video skits, interviews with artists, live performances, and more. Artists of all types are encouraged to submit videos or to contact us with ideas for collaboration.
Is it just me, or is this guy maybe just a little bit of wackadoo in the braino?
I can do everything.
I just want to break things. But what?
Look, she's in a box and she is very cute.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel to view past episodes and be notified of future live streams. Merchandise and more information for artists is available on our website. We thank you.
Words that have no human sound. Words that have no human sound.
One day you'll tell me that's right. Yet you know how I should see.
Tune in to Joker Joker TV Thursday nights at 6:30 p.m. JOKERJOKERtv.com. All right, welcome to the takeover.
Yes.
I have with me Akeeme Martin from OE85, which is Onyx Echelon 85.
Yeah.
So what's the 85?
Year I was born.
That was the year you were born. Okay, all right, awesome. So I was thinking maybe it couldn't be when he started his business.
No, yeah, I came out the womb just deciding to do shows. Came out the womb with
I mean, maybe you did.
maybe, but we'll go with that story.
We're gonna go with it.
We're going with it. That's the story.
So tell us a little bit about Onyx Echelon 85. What do you do?
So OE85 is a nonprofit org that specializes in creating and curating unique events in collaboration, as well as artist management. So mainly just putting together really dope shows and putting together a community. And just if there's any artists that need like guidance, I can utilize my resources and my platform to kind of help, bring them along to that next level. That's what, Echelon means. Like Echelon means like next level. Yeah. Basically. So, so we started it officially in 2015. Oh wow! And it was started like about a year after I did radio for 10 years. Yeah, I was gonna say you've been in the scene here in Athens for a very long time. Yeah. Were you born here? No, okay. I was originally born in Gainesville, Georgia. So then I came to Athens in 2003 to go to school at UGA. So actually this year will mark 20 years that I've been in Athens. Nice. So yeah. Let's see. I mean, I have to think back when I came in. I think it's about the same. I think I've been here like 20 something years. Yeah. I grew up like, about an hour from here. Okay. And so, Athens is like that, that bug zapper that just draws the artist and the creative types in, Absolutely. So, absolutely. So you have this festival coming up, Festival of Sisterhood, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's pull up the flyer. We have one that is for the whole event. It says
all event.
It's kind of like a tour poster, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's
there you go.
The difference between, because when we did the first Festival of Sisterhood, we did it in 2019 BC before COVID.
Yeah.
And originally just did it as like a mini market. Because it's women centric all the way through from top to bottom. So we did like a women centric market midday, and then we followed it up with performances like that night. So so obviously the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And then like the following year, I started slowly but surely wanting to do more events. Because doors were starting to open, and still being cautious, and health conscious too, because I didn't want anybody to get sick, from those events, because that has happened, unfortunately. So my first show back post COVID was in 2021. It was Feminine Energy, and then 2022 we did a couple more, and then so this year I was like, I really want to bring back Festival of Sisterhood, but I wanted to do things a bit differently. Because typically with festivals you usually have one location over the course of multiple days, right? But I wanted to do it differently by, how about we can just do multiple days, but each day being in a different location,
even a different city.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought, because I know you do a lot of work in Atlanta as well.
Yeah.
So I wondered, I was like, wow, he's got these. It was 3 different shows.
Yeah.
So it's we got Saturday, April 29th,
yes.
Sunday, April 30th, and then Saturday, May 13th.
Yes.
All right. Where are those going to be?
So Saturday, April 29th will be at Canopy and the Roots up in Dahlstrom, Georgia.
Okay.
So shouts out to Holly Little, who's the actual owner of that space.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
what kind of space is that?
So it's really dope. It's in downtown Dahlstrom. So you walk in and it's a coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
And then you actually go downstairs, and then you'll see like a balcony. Right, and then you go all the way down to like the bottom level, and it's a listening room or a speakeasy, if you will. So so you have like a stage right there, and then you have like a bar and whatnot too. So it's like a really dope spot, and it's a yoga studio too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like like a 50-person seater or bigger?
Probably a bit bigger. Actually,
okay.
think about probably about like 100. Probably.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you go downstairs, but
nice.
And it's like, again, it's like right in the heart of like downtown Dahlstrom.
Yeah.
So that's on April 29th. And each day has its own unique theme. So the 29th is, the subtitle is Tales from the Throne, and it's basically like a night of like storytelling. So we're going to have comedians there. We're going to have the music there. We're going to have art. So like storytelling through words, and then storytelling like through art. So it's gonna be more of an intimate vibe, because typically that's what the Canopy and the Roots is known for. It's just a really chill, like laid back atmosphere. So that's the 29th. And then Sunday, April 30th is a Queendom homecoming, because this will actually be my first show back in Athens. Since before the pandemic. Actually.
Oh, wow, really?
So it'll be like roughly 3 years since I've done a show in Athens. So we're doing this one at Rabbit Hole Studios. So shouts out to Nick and Victoria, and congratulations to both of them. They just welcomed their baby girl.
Oh, really?
By the way.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So,
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to those two. So
their Rabbit Hole place is a pretty cool place.
It really is. It really is.
They have a lot going on there all the time.
Yeah. And I'm really awesome. It's like I'm really honored to be able to do stuff with them, because Nick and I do go back as well. So when we talked last year about possibly doing something, and this is like the opportunity to do it. So this one we're doing, it's basically the same thing. We're going to have like a mini market, but we're also going to have the performances, but we're also doing like a health and wellness kind of thing too. So I have my friend Stephanie, that's basically doing like a breathing release session, like to kick it off, to kind of get everybody's minds like at ease.
Nice.
Before the festivities kick off.
What on that one? What time does everything kind of get started?
So this one
earlier.
Yeah. This one, the doors are at noon. And then the show will start at 1.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then at 1 o'clock, we'll actually do like the breath and wellness like session first.
Okay.
And then the actual performances will actually start around 2. And then we'll be done by like 6 o'clock. So it's it's like a midday kind of thing.
Awesome.
So,
and then your Sunday show.
You mean the Saturday? or
The next one is
the
that
finale.
was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Saturday is the Canopy and the Roots, and then Sunday is at Rabbit Hole, and then the finale.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the finale is Saturday, May 13th at Waller's Coffee Shop in Decatur. So this one is going to be like the huge blowout because we're actually doing this one because Waller's, they have their indoor space called inner space, and then they have their outdoor space called outer space. So
nice.
So we're doing it outdoors in the outer space, and this is where we basically have, I think we have like 11 artists on the bill.
Wow.
So we're going to start at 2. And then we're going to go up until, I think it's going to end in like around 9. And that one's going to be like the big one.
Cool.
But that's the festival that we were actually really wanted, like the actual festival aspect. But each, like I said, each day has its own like unique theme and a unique vibe. So. And
you've got, I see advanced tickets available.
Yep.
Is there like a ticket for all 3 events, or do you have to buy them separately?
You can buy them separately.
Okay.
But obviously the reason why I wanted to do like 3 different cities was to give everybody an opportunity to, because there's some people who may live in North Georgia but may not necessarily want to make that drive all the way down to Athens or Decatur, or like vice versa. But then there's some who may reside in Athens but actually want to make the trip up to Delleile because they may have a fan base up there and they want the opportunity to do that.
Or expand their fan base.
Exactly. And same thing with the businesses too.
So from the 3 different shows, are there artists that are like going to be at all 3, or is it different artists each time?
So each date has its own unique lineup.
Okay.
There's only 2 artists that are actually performing at all 3 dates.
Oh, okay. Who's that?
So the only 2 they're performing are going to be Nadia, Vaeh, and Robin Shakedown.
Okay.
So those are the only 2 artists that's going to be performing for all 3 dates.
Cool.
And then, but like I said, each date has its own like unique lineup. So there may be some artists only doing the 1 date. There may be there's a couple artists that's doing 2 of the dates, and then but only Nadia and Robin, they're the only ones that's doing all 3 dates.
So for top value, you want to go to all 3 shows?
I would, just because you will get. You're gonna get a unique experience from all 3.
Yeah.
So plus again, it's very atypical to do a festival this way.
Yeah.
I mean, Flagpole, they dubbed it as the traveling festival, and that's basically what it is.
That's good. Yeah.
It's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So so I'm really looking forward to it, and I know everyone involved in it is really looking forward to it. We've been promoting it like crazy, like all week on our social media. So
next time you do this, you're gonna have to get yourself like a little wagon train for all the artists to like camp out in the parking lot at each place and do little parking lot shows.
I mean, it's possible.
Parking lot parties.
Absolutely. Because I really want this festival to to really expand, because it sparked from like Feminine Energy. Like Feminine Energy is like the main brand that's been synonymous with me.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing Feminine Energy shows since 2009.
Now, I was going to ask about that. So the Feminine Energy show, that's what I remember you from the most.
Yeah.
Is this a Feminine Energy show, or is this a different thing?
It's basically Feminine Energy expanded.
Okay.
Because if you look at the posters, like OE85 and Feminine Energy present, because it's basically a extension of it. Because Feminine Energy itself it originally started as just a series just showcasing women in music.
Yeah.
So, but it's then expanded to including women-centric and women-led businesses like 2 of those shows too. So Festival Sisterhood is kind of like the expansion of that. So we're still going to do Feminine Energy shows, but Festival Sisterhood is kind of like the huge, like the big one.
Cool.
So because we didn't want to call it like the Feminine Energy Festival, like we wanted to call it have it its own distinct name. And the thing with Festival Sisterhood, like it originally started as a collab project originally.
Oh yeah.
So this was like back in like 2016, 2017 when we originally did it, but it my collaborator at the time, like it fell through, like they just went ghost from it. So I was like, oh crap, I need to I wanted to salvage this. So I basically kind of just took it as my own. And just still wanted to see the light of day, because I believed in the project so much. And I wanted to wanted to make sure it comes into fruition. So it's basically been like a one-man army building this
for a
thing.
long time.
Really,
Yeah.
like that's what 085 is for me. It's like it's literally a one-man army. So everything that you see, like it's been me. So like I've built it from the ground up and furnished it. So all I want people ever to do is just come in and just put their own, flavor to it. That's it.
Yeah. And you've been real community based for a long time, because I know some of the shows, like the way we kind of started working together. At one point, I was organizing the Fringe Festival.
Yep.
You brought us some of your artists for that event.
Absolutely.
Mainly, I remember the most was Milyssa Rose.
Yeah.
I think maybe that was where I first was introduced to her.
Yep. Absolutely.
And,
yep.
Yeah. So
and
she blew me away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Shouts
loved
out
it.
to Milyssa. Milyssa is probably one of my OG 085 like members, like because when we first started, she was our.
Yeah, we've shown her on a couple videos from her on the show, and we're going to show another one later today.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And shouts out to her because she recently just basically returned to the scene because like for the pandemic, everyone kind of faded to black, but for her, she officially returned to the scene this year. So she just had her return show earlier this year, and now she's releasing more music, and constantly and doing more guest appearances. So it's awesome to see her back, because I've said it many times before, she's probably one of the more premier all complete package artists that you're going to see on a local and independent level. So it warms my heart to see her, back at it and just, killing it like she never left.
Yep. So what did you bring? You brought us some videos that we're going to be sharing with everybody. Are most of these artists going to be represented on this festival of Sisterhood?
Yeah. I think I give you 11.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So more than half of those artists are going to be performing at Festival of Sisterhood this weekend as well as in May. Okay. And but everyone else is just close friends of mine that originally wanted to be a part of it, because we started working on this project back in January, February of this year. So we've had to people's schedules just didn't line up, but and again, they've expressed we really wanted to be a part, we really wanted to, so I really just want to continue just to show them love too, and just again ultimately want to introduce the Joker community to my community of people. So
exactly. Another one of the artists that we've had on the show before, in fact they performed here, of Persephone. We're going to be showing a video from them. What day are they on?
They will be at on the 30th. They'll be at Rabbit Hole on the 30th, and they'll be at the finale on the 13th.
All right. Well, let's talk about some of the videos that you're going to be showing here.
Okay. First up, we got Jayna Jennings. Yep. Yeah, so Jayna Jennings, she's a folk Americana artist coming out of Cumming, Georgia. And this is actually the title track to her upcoming album that's dropping later on this year called Southern Gothic Romance.
Oh, nice.
And we're dropping it on her birthday. So actually today's her birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Jenna.
So Jayna.
Jayna, sorry.
Yeah, Jayna. Yeah, I looked at it too. She when I did the flyers, she was like, no, it's not Jenna, it's Jayna. I was like, you're absolutely right. So
I'm notoriously bad at pronouncing names, so, I think everybody knows
it's cool.
Sorry about that, Jayna.
Yeah, so Jayna Jennings releasing it today.
Nice.
And then also shouts out to Vanessa Graniero. She's also celebrating a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And she's performing at Festival of Sisterhood as well too. So that's a lot of birthdays.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
April babies.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So let's see. Then we got Raxiel,
Elion, and Milyssa Rose. Called Ride and Slide. So they recently just reunited because they did a project together with me called the Hate That I Love You mixtape that we released. And so they actually reunited this year. And they just dropped the single is out now, as well as the visuals, but you're getting the JOKERJOKERtv premiere of Ride and Slide. Woo! So yeah,
world premiere, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so shouts out to both of them.
All right. Then we had Tris Day next.
Yeah, so Tris Day. So yeah, she's another one. She's performing at the finale, and the thing with the finale, she's actually debuting her new band called Siren. So this is her song. Yeah, so the song we were playing is called Quicksand, but she also released a song called Dead Roses independently.
Okay.
And then she'll be debuting her band Siren on at the finale on May 13th.
Now, and anybody watching any of these artists that we're talking about, and even the links to your events and where to buy tickets, all of that is in the description of this video, so you can find those links there.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Nadia
Vaeh.
Vaeh.
Yeah, Nadia Vaeh. So she's based out of Atlanta, and the vibe that she's on right now is called Brat Pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and the name of the track, the video is called "Promise Not to Kill You."
Yeah. That's a good way to describe Brat Pop.
Yes, that's what it is. And she recently just released the remix to that song. And actually doing a contest for the song, for the remix as well. So basically just film yourself dancing to the record, to the remix, and I think you get an opportunity to get a $100 Visa gift card if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do a TikTok.
Basically.
Yeah, do a TikTok, make $100.
Yeah, exactly. Why not get paid to make a TikTok? Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, so Promise Not to Kill You is what we got, and then like I said, the remix is out now too. So
cool.
And you can link in her bio to see how you can win $100 for dancing to the remix of it. So it's really dope.
And then Persephone, we mentioned them. This is what is this? NPR Tiny Desk.
Yes, this is their Tiny Desk performance, and that they did recently. And but she just so she's performing on Sunday, the 30th, as well as May 13th. And go ahead.
And we were wondering, we were talking about this yesterday when we were doing rehearsals a little bit. The NPR Tiny Desk, how did she get involved with? How did that happen?
It's not just her. Like Nadia has done it.
Oh, wow.
There's been numerous artists who have done it. So basically, they've been very creative with it. So the goal is you basically film yourself performing whatever song that you want, and there has to be a desk of some type. It can be I've seen one where the desk was just very tiny, very tiny. Make sure that you're performing with a tiny desk in the shot.
Nice.
And and just submit it to NPR. Because they have an NPR music side, so you just submit it to that, and I've seen numerous submissions for to get featured, and there's been numerous artists even this performing for Festival Sisterhood who have submitted to it.
So pretty much almost anybody can do that.
Yeah,
okay,
it's wide open.
I didn't realize.
It's wide open. So I've loved just how people have been innovative, just being creative and incorporating the tiny desk into it. So that's the main thing. You have to have a tiny desk or desk of some type in order to submit for it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then one more, we got Robin Shakedown.
Yeah, so Robin Shakedown, again, and I think you'll like this, just the video, the visuals of it. It's just it's a live performance.
It looks like it's 8mm or Super 8 or something.
Yeah. It's really dope.
Yeah.
And they just recently released their single for they originally released it for Trans Day of Visibility. And just in celebration of that, and just basically making a statement against the rights that they have, they should have, they need to have.
I mean, especially right now with all this crazy drag queen stuff happening, and then the fighting against the trans, healthcare and all that stuff. It's pretty sickening.
Yeah, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason I wanted Robin because Nadia was the one that asked if Robin could be a part of it, and I was like, absolutely. And I didn't even know that Robin was trans. But even when I did find out, I was like, still, I'm all for it. And Robin was like, is it possible for us to be part of all 3 days? So I was like, absolutely.
Sounds great.
So because the thing is I want feminine energy to be open to all women. It's not. It's regardless of what your race, your religion, sexual preference, it doesn't matter. If you identify as a woman, you're part of it. You're part of this community, and it's meant to be a supportive, a safe, and loving space for all. And I think that's the whole point of feminine energy, as well as in extending it to Festival Sisterhood, because we need it. They need it. And I've always said it, it's not about me. and definitely it's not about the money, because please believe I have put a lot of time, money, and energy into it, but I didn't get into it for the money. And I definitely didn't get into it try to expose anyone, to try to take advantage of anyone, because I've already heard the horror stories from these women. So I was like, look, we're not doing that here. I want you to be a part of this, and ultimately I want them to feel they could be able to look to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back, and see like they have an actual sister, in this industry, because it's necessary. So,
all right, well, let's watch those videos, and then we'll be back to talk about some more.
Yeah.
All right.
Enjoy.
Milyssa Rose looking like gold. Okay. She telling me that she riding, so she telling me that she. We at it again. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm with it. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her. Milyssa Rose, you ready? Cause I'm ready. Let's ride. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. I'm dying. I'm drowning down and this bitch really wasn't lying. I'm flying all the way to the tip that it got me wildin'. Like what the fuck to do? When you got a girl like this and she wanna bring a whole crew, baby girl, I'm down, let's go. Round for round, baby girl, you know. Pound for pound, baby girl, get low. You down, I'm down, baby, keep that flow. We run this town, Milyssa Rose, let's go. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. Hey.
I'm telling him that I'm riding, so he telling me that he's sliding. He coming through like what to do. I'm open up and he diving. I'm telling him that I'm riding, so he telling me that he's sliding. He coming through like what to do. I'm open up and he diving. I'm open up like what the fuck. It's go time on this. You and me right till we die. Nothing can stop us. The chemistry we can't deny. But as it lay, your mystery, expensive taste will get your case to keep it 100. If anyone tries to take the throne, you'll be out of this world. Go mission won't find you. Finale. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.
She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. Hey.
Telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. Hey. So I'm telling her that I'm sliding. I'm coming through like what to do. She open up and I'm diving. Hey. Telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding. She telling me that she riding, so I'm telling her that I'm sliding.
But it's so hard to levitate when all I think about is you with there. And it's so hard when jealousy is the hand that pulls me to the liquor. You make me feel like every day I can't do nothing about it. On the ground, please collapse, because my breath is running out and I'm getting tired, baby, I'm getting tired, but I can't hold my head in quicksand, I can't come up and now I think I'm drowning my own suspect. Won't you please just get help me now? It's so hard because it's a love. I only care now because it's a no. I should have known going in, but you can't see straight in a whirlwind. You knew it was coming before I did. And if you wanted good sleep, make your bed not on the ground and pillars of sand, 'cause I don't know how much more it'll stand. I'm getting tired, baby, I'm getting tired.
got looks to kill. In a glance, we're taking this whole town. Going into overdrive. Gonna be some wild nights. I'll be your ride or die. And even through the fights. No bedtime, up all night. Sleep till the afternoon. Through the fight, ride or die. I love you to the moon. These four walls hide it all. I won't be leaving soon. Kiss my neck, Juliet. And I promise not to kill you. Like a tattoo, I'm always with you. No one else can handle me confined. So write my name small in case we lose it all. We may wanna call it quits sometime. Gone into overdrive. Gonna be some wild nights. I'll be your ride or die. And even through the fights. No bedtime, up all night. Sleep till the afternoon. Through the fight, ride or die. I love you to the moon. These four walls hide it all. I won't be leaving soon. Kiss my neck, Juliet. And I promise not to kill you. Under the sheets, I know how to fix this fight. Don't speak, don't think twice. Under the sheets, I know how to fix this fight. Don't speak, don't think twice. Under the sheets, I know how to fix this fight. Don't speak, don't think twice. Under the sheets, I know how to fix this fight. Don't speak, don't think twice. Under the sheets, up all night, till the afternoon. Through the fight, ride or die. I love you till the moon. These four walls hide it all. I won't be leaving soon. Kiss my neck, Juliet. Promise not to kill you.
Thanks for listening.
See
are the Robin Shakedown Band. My name is Robin. These are the Shakedown Band. I made a little silk scarf today. I didn't make this. I'm not a silkworm, but I did, I made a little rose thing on it. And if y'all want to notice that, that's cool. Thank you. I learned it from a YouTube video.
Still out there. That's the messed up part. Because like Sarah Ray, she had it.
Oh, recently?
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So that was a cool set of videos. I have to say, one of my favorites in that was that Nadia video.
Oh, then Karma's Not to Kill You.
Yeah. And that was sort of like we were saying. I was saying it sort of kind of had that like Kill Bill feel to it.
Yeah.
With the animation there and everything. I really like that. That was really cool.
And that's like, that was her. Like, that was her whole like shtick. Like, totally her mind, like making that happen. So, shouts out to Nadia.
Nice.
So,
okay, so let's look at what we've got coming up next. We have I'm in the wrong part of my notes. You go ahead if you.
So first up, we got Shaun Mason, who is an artist based out of New Jersey, paired up with Kaizen from Atlanta. So
Decode.
So Decode. That's actually a cover from Paramore.
Yeah, I was going to ask about. I saw that they had posted it on their own YouTube.
Yeah.
Some of those things, like even though they're covers, they'll cause like copyright strikes and things like that. But they didn't get one, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
They didn't. No.
But it was a really good cover. You know?
It's because I guess it was so different like from the original.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty part about covers, because usually with covers you kind of be like, well, you can just do note for note, know what it is. But for them, they actually like slowed things down and just completely did, and they did it as a duo.
Yeah, I always like it when people change it.
Absolutely,
like make it their own.
And I think that's the reason why number one, that's right, they didn't get a copyright strike.
Yeah,
exactly. But the fact that they actually made it like their own. Yeah. So Kaizen, will be at the finale in May, and she also just released she was actually at Eddie's Attic earlier
in Atlanta.
And Decatur.
Decatur,
yeah. So her alongside Caroline Riley as well as Reasonable Doubt. So they basically had their own like women fronted event earlier too. So but yeah, she has her Live at Eddie's Attic EP available on her Bandcamp. And then like I said, Shaun Mason, he's based out of New Jersey, and he's also a producer for his younger brother's like hip hop group too. Wow. So yeah.
Out of Jersey, you said?
Yep, Jersey, dirty Jersey.
I was thinking. I guess this is my assumption. Assumption was that most of these artists were Athens or Atlanta based, but.
Yeah. Well, Ani is from Atlanta, but like the collaboration.
He's from
from Jersey. So, but yeah, pretty much everybody that's performing, is from like from Georgia, basically. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
And then we have the Haunt.
Yeah. So Anastasia and Max, it's a brother-sister duo, the Haunt. They're actually based out of Florida. And yeah, so they're actually about to be on tour, actually. They're going to be in Atlanta in June, actually. Okay. So they're opening up for Filter.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, they're opening up for the band Filter.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they've been on a tear for the last like few years, and that's the thing about like Anastasia. She like just turned like 21, so I've known her since like 2017. So that's when she was like 16, 17.
Oh wow!
Like so, yeah. But she's definitely.
And they were out. She was out doing stuff then.
Yes. Wow. Oh, she's been doing this. She was like young.
Wow.
Really young. So,
nice.
but shouts out to the Haunt. Shouts out to Natalie. She's a part of the band, but she also owns her own record store in Florida called Radioactive Records too.
Radioactive Records.
Radioactive Records.
Oh, it's a good name.
Yeah, and it's awesome too. So shouts out to that crew.
So yeah, if you're in that area, go check out Radioactive Records.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they actually opened up a new location too. So
nice. Okay.
So it's bigger for them. So and I know Record Store Day was recently.
Yeah. So. I think it last week maybe or something.
Yeah.
Then we have Vickis' Dream.
Yeah.
Morbid.
Yeah. So and they're
This is
from
one of
Atlanta.
my favorites, I think.
Yeah, and that's the reason I included them, because I was like, this is definitely like, it definitely fits your vibe and like the Joker vibe.
Yeah.
And their crew based out of Atlanta. They released their self-titled album last year, back in November, and they released the visuals to this. Morbid is actually their lead track, and they released the visuals to it back in December. And right now, it's garnered like about 2.2 like thousand, like over 2,000 views already. So it's a really dope visual, and they're actually like the first band to actually perform at the church that they're doing a video at. They're like the first ones to actually do something there.
Nice.
So yeah, so
Now,
shouts out to them.
And a question I kind of had about we were talking about your business, OE85, and you said you do artist representation, you do management basically.
Yeah.
Do you what sort of like services do you provide to your artists? Like, we didn't really go in too much detail about that, but like promotional services, things like that. Like, what do you do?
So typically with my artists, they pretty much have 100% autonomy in whatever it is that they want to do. So whatever projects they want to release. So case in point with Milyssa Rose. So first project we did under 085 was her mixtape Asian Fantasy. And, she curated it. Like, she got all the artists together for it. And, we released it. Like, we released it on all the major platforms and whatnot. And ultimately, I just use all my resources to kind of just like promote it. And then, but again, they have complete autonomy, whatever it is they want to do. But also, most of my roster is women. And we both know how toxic this industry can be, especially towards women. So I'm kind of have like that. You basically have someone that just to have their back. Yeah. So if someone wants to reach out to them and be like, hey, I want to collaborate with you. And if they don't feel comfortable with it, they'll reach out to me, and I'll be like, all right, and I'll present them with the paperwork. I'm like, all right, this is what it's going to be. Like, here's
some
term.
contracts.
Yeah,
Nice.
So then that way, when when folks see that, they be like, oh crap, they're legit.
I can't fuck around with this.
Exactly. Like, so basically, it's kind of weed out the ones who are really about business and those who are really trying to take advantage of them.
That's great.
And so that's basically what 080. That's basically what I do. It's basically like an insurance policy. Basically, it's like any projects that you want to release, you keep, and that's the thing. And if they want to like sever ties with with 085, that's fine. And any project that they got, that's theirs. Like, I don't get any royalties. I don't get like anything from it. Like, even with their sign, like, this their project. Like, I don't. That's the thing, because I wanted just to provide them a resource and a space for them to release their stuff without the BS, basically. So
that's great.
And even those who are not with 085 directly, like, I still will be able to represent them and have that backup.
And I've seen on your social media, which we again linked to for everybody, you constantly will post a post that like sort of I don't know if this is a weekly thing you do where you post and you'll see different album covers, and it's sort of like at least an every once in a while or weekly thing where you're promoting artists that you work with and other artists.
So I have I call it Fresh 5 Fridays.
That's what it is.
So basically it's a weekly thing where I will shout out or highlight artists who have released music like that week. Because either it used to be on Tuesdays once upon a time, and now they fast forward to Fridays, and now folks will just release it like whenever. So I usually just highlight 5 artists who have released music that week in addition to other artists. So sometimes it'll be like 9 total artists. So sometimes I may double up and let it be like another night. So it might be like 18. But then I've since taken a step further by, shouting out those who may have shows going on that weekend too. So that's really just artists that, I'm a fan of their music and the people will release. And I have like an constantly updating playlist on my Spotify too of those artists.
Oh, cool.
So Fresh 5 Fridays is basically just my way of being like, all right, hey, these are the artists that release stuff like during the week. If you dig it, it's like I dig it. If you want to check it out, you're welcome to do so too. It's basically harkening back to like my radio days. Basically.
That's cool, man. All right, let's see. Back to some of these videos. We got what was next?
Marie Dahlstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Marie, so she's the only one, well, she's one of the two that's not based here. She's not even based in this country. She's actually based in London, and she's originally from Denmark.
Wow.
So, yeah, so she's a R&B soul artist based in London.
How'd you work it out that she got on this festival?
She's not on this festival, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
somebody you represent and work with.
Yeah, or just a huge fan of. She's awesome. I would love like to have her like come to the States and like do a show like in Georgia. Like I will literally book it. Yeah. Like I already have in my mind who would be on that bill, the venue for it, like the whole nine. But
put a whole package together.
I really would. I sincerely would.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so the song Clouds is actually the first track from her upcoming album called A Good Life. It's dropping in May. And but yeah, she's definitely because, you know, with me doing the halftime hip hop show at the time and like having R&B and whatnot too, it's like a lot of times people are like, man, there's no good R&B out there. It's like, no, it's out there. It's been there.
Yeah.
So Marie is definitely one that I've been a fan of from the jump. And thankfully, folks are really starting to get behind her too and like discovering her and whatnot too. So I'm one of those ones. It's like I was with her from the jump. But now that I'm seeing other people are starting to discover her and becoming fans of her, so I'm like kind of just really proud. Like it's like she deserves it, you know. So
nice.
Yeah.
And then after that, Niia.
Niia.
Yeah,
okay. Niia. Another one, like another R&B soul artist. She's based out of like New York, actually.
Also one of my favorites out of this list. I really like the Niia.
Yeah.
Because it's like kind of a jazzy soul like R&B kind of thing, and I really liked it. The video's funny.
Yeah.
Was it AI created or
no?
I don't want to give too much away, but is the person in the car a real person or is that like an animation?
It's supposed to be her.
Okay, we were looking at it and it kind of like I'll talk to you.
I mean, you'll see for yourself.
Yeah,
y'all be the judge. But yeah. So Niia, she's another one. Her rap hit, like her history is pretty stellar. Like she used to work with she originally was represented by Wyclef Jean.
Oh wow.
Like so, but she since has gone the independent route. And you realize in the year 2023, like there's a lot more artists now that were signed to majors. They're now just going completely independent. So like Marie Dahlstrom, she's been independent. I mean, Niia, she's independent because she was signed to a major too.
Nice.
But she's since gone on and having more autonomy with her career. Like she released an ambient album last year.
Oh, yeah.
So she's basically kind of just navigating her own path.
I might have to check that one out too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, really. The name of the one that she released is called A Mouthful of Salt. Is the name of the ambient album.
All right,
yeah.
Nice.
So, so this new one that she released, she's gearing up for her next official album too.
Cool.
So yeah, but again, I would love to have her like do a show with her too. So so those two, like Niia and Maria, definitely artists that we really would love like to book a show with and really kind of bring the other artists that we've had like a feature like to be a part of, because they've seen the stuff that I post and see the artists that I'm with and we interact and they were like, yo, I really love the artists that you're bringing. And so I'm like, come here and I can make that happen. So
well, you're doing it, man. Like it's been years that I've seen you do this stuff. And, you've stuck with it. You've been consistent. And, I think you've helped a lot of people in what you do.
Yeah.
So that's why we've always worked together, I think.
Yeah.
It's because we both have some similar goals in that way. So
yeah. And I know we talked, beforehand, just like I didn't get into this business for the money. Because when I was with WOG, like I did that for 10 years.
Yeah.
And that was a nonprofit organization.
Weekly show.
Show. Rarely took a day off, and not got paid a dime.
No, I know.
So,
but that show though, what was it called again?
Halftime Hip Hop Show.
Yeah, Halftime Hip Hop Show.
Yeah,
that was like the show for.
It really was.
Yeah, for a long time.
It really was. It was like it didn't matter if the station was on or off. Folks could always bank on like the Halftime Hip Hop Show like being on, like and that to me, that was always like the payment for me. Like that was the reward. Like seeing people or calling the station would just be like, yo, I love what you're playing. And it's translated to now where people will come up to me. Like when the first show we did post COVID, like the Feminine Energy show we did last year, 2021, there was a guy that actually drove up from Florida to come to that show.
Really?
And afterwards, we talked, and he was like, dude, just when he told me, it's like, I drove up from Florida because he went to support Ali, Vaeh, and Ani. But he was thoroughly like entertained. He was like, dude, this is probably one of the best shows that I've been to.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, dude, he was like, dude, you could have, because at that time, I don't think we only charged like $10 in advance and like $15 like the day of the show. But he was like, dude, you could have charged more for that. I was like, true, but I'm not trying to break people's pockets. Like, because you got other festivals that are charging people like, hundreds of dollars.
Oh, sure,
and like parking is a mess, like camping is a mess. I'm like, dude, I'd rather charge you, what you would pay for like a cup of coffee or something like that, and you get so much more for your buck than anything else. So I'd rather keep the cost low for you to get in, but I'd rather you spend the rest of your money by buying merch, like
supporting the arts,
exactly,
and the bar,
yeah, that too. But ultimately,
establishments.
and it's the whole hashtag of like support your indie music friends, support your indie creative friends. Like that's what it boils down to, because there's people who will literally spend hundreds of dollars, for festivals, seeing artists that they've heard countless times on their Spotify and whatnot, but for whatever reason they're not able to spend a fraction of that to go to a local show. And a lot of times those local shows be way better
way better,
or get a better experience that you would get from a bigger festival. So I
think it might be, it's sort of like a personality thing. I think, I couldn't put my finger really on it, but like there's certain kinds of people that like festivals more than the more intimate settings.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that like the more intimate settings better. I'm like with you. I'm more on the intimate, settings, smaller venues and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you go to a big festival and, the stage is way over there.
Right.
You're more looking at this big screen TV over here.
And your phone is like zoomed in to like the screen. And but I love the intimate shows, and a lot more artists now, they prefer the more intimate shows because they're actually able to be more of themselves and be able to interact with people. And because I've always loved how people will come up to me afterwards and be like, oh my God, like this artist is awesome. Like that's what happened last year when we did the Feminine Energy show at Waller's. It was a Sunday afternoon show, and one of the artists, Iveen, who, oh my God, the things that she can do with that harp is ridiculous. But
a harp, huh?
Yeah, the harp.
Wow.
And she's one of the ones that we wanted to have her a part of this show, but again, scheduling. But no, after she performed, one of the guys that came up to me, he was like, yo, I originally came here to see this artist, but her, Iveen, I'm just like shocking. I'm like, well, she's right there. Go ahead and
go buy some of her gear.
Exactly. No, exactly what it was. I was like, geez, right there. Interact with her, because folks don't realize like how encouraging that is, and what that means to like creators and to artists. Just for it, and I've always said it. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000 or 10,000 or a million. As long as I got one person that'll come up and tell me like, yo, this experience has like, it's forever changed me. Like it means a lot to me. That's what I value more than anything else. And that's what I hope, what Festival of Sisterhood, like all 3 dates, will do for, for everyone involved, like from the artists to the venue owners to the business owners that's going to be there too. Like I want all of them to at least want them to come out of it like, dude, this is the best experience that I've had. Like it sticks with me. And, and again, like I didn't, it's not about the money either, because even the vendors, how some markets, you've done the markets where people you charge them or they've been charged like money to set up a table. I didn't charge them anything.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've done a couple craft events, organized them myself. And
the Moonlight Market,
right? The Moonlight Gypsy Market, yeah. And I mean, I did charge, but I charged very little.
Right.
And I think for that one, I probably only charged $50 a vendor.
Yeah.
Because that money basically went into the flyers that I put up around town.
Yeah.
And I would always, and this is something that I kind of just did and didn't really even tell anybody at the time, but if there was somebody that I saw that couldn't afford it, but they really needed to be there, I would say, hey, I'm not going to charge you.
Right.
Because it wasn't about the money. It was about getting them there, getting them doing what they're doing, and more people seeing it.
Absolutely. And that's the thing with the businesses that I've curated too, is that I didn't want to charge them. And some of these businesses, they're new. There's a couple of them that are like, I'm just now starting it. Like they may not even have like the LLC or anything set up, but it's like, no, I don't want finances to be the reason why that you cannot participate. And that translates into the merch too. When during the pandemic, since I wasn't doing shows, I was like, well, Claire from Satisfactory reached out and she was like, yo, we're doing merch. So I was like, well, now's the time good as ever to do the merch, so that's when we did the whole Black Magic and the Queen Me.
Man, I should have wore that shirt. I forgot about that. I have that.
But even during that time, there was those who wanted to rep it, but finances weren't the thing. So I was like, dude, I am just going to gift this to you.
Nice.
Because I just didn't want that to be a hindrance. So same thing with the Festival Sisterhood with the businesses. I was like, dude, I'm not going to charge you. It's like, I don't want you to feel like you have to pay something to be a part of it. I want you to be able to participate. I want you to sell all your stuff, like all your come make bank. And I've told all the artists that too. It's like, all I'm doing is like the venue is taken care of. Like, all I want you to do is like set up your merch. If you sell out all of your merch, that is money yours to keep. I am not seeking a percentage or anything. That is the ticket sales. They go into the artists, like all of that. So like I told them, it's like, I am not getting a dime from this Festival Sisterhood project.
You did.
Nothing.
You did do another merch run recently. For this event, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Are those T-shirts still available?
Yeah. So originally we stopped the pre-sales for it. But we've actually extended it through the festival.
Oh, nice.
So so the Festival of Sisterhood, like the logo that you see like right now, that's the official logo that's on the shirt. So we have it available in black, purple, and blue, and on shirts, tank tops, and little tote bags.
Nice.
Too. So yeah. So
and that money pretty much goes to produce the festival, right?
No, the money actually goes to. It doesn't go to me. It goes like to the people that are doing it, like the producing it.
Oh, okay.
So, but any funds that I get from the shirts, I can just put it towards the festival or something else. But again, any money that I get, I immediately just put it towards.
Turn it back around.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, any money that I get, I may just take that money and just buy merch for those who are not able to afford it.
Yeah, nice.
Because unfortunately, there are people who are fans of what I do, but they don't live in the States. So so if there's those
not easy to get that.
Right. Yeah. So any money that I may get like from it, I'll just take that and flip that and just buy merch for them and send it to them.
Okay.
So again, like I am not getting a dime from purposely. All
right. Well, let's go to these videos and then we'll be back to talk a little bit more. We'll see what we're starting with. Shaun
Mason and Onyx Kaizen, they're doing their own cover of Paramore's Decoded. So,
all right, take it away.
Enjoy.
How can I decide what's right when you're clouding up my mind? I can't win, you're losing fight all the time. Nor can I ever own what's mine when you're always taking sides. But such fools of ourselves.
Do you see what we've done?
We've gotta meet such fools of ourselves.
This won't go over well. My bad, I'm just so overwhelmed. You played me like a game and it was hell. Now I'm dying in a Hollywood hotel. Don't come back, leave me alone. It's not my fault that you're here on your own. You stood me up tonight and wrecked my show. Don't call me, leave me alone. I swear to God I won't pick up the phone. You're always really sorry, yeah, I know this won't go over well. But my God, I hope you are in hell. You look just like how cigarettes smell. So pretty while you kill all of my cells. Don't come back, leave me alone. It's not my fault that you're here on your own. You stood me up tonight and wrecked my show. Don't call me, leave me alone. I swear to God I won't pick up the phone. You're always really sorry, yeah, I know. And the message is unclear 'cause you're not here.
overthinking. Hard to keep my head clear. Tired of all these feelings. I keep trying, but it's hard.
Try to keep it at the back of my head. All the little things that you said. Try to focus on me instead, but it all comes crashing down. I've been telling myself every day I wake up in the morning, I got it. 'Cause it's all in my head, can seem to get confused now. But I keep trying my best, keep searching for guidance in me. Oh, I keep tunnel vision instead. Trying to keep my head above waters, try me. 'Cause I keep on floating till I can't breathe, till I can't speak. Oh, I try to be me.
Cause I've been trying to understand me. Get a little time to breathe. Cause after all, what we fighting for when we are just insecure?
I wanna blame either way, it feels the same. Let me try and pave the way so I can show you how it's meant to feel. I'm telling myself every day I wake up in the morning, I got it.
Get it, I get it, baby.
'Cause it's all in my head, can seem to get confused now. But I keep trying my best, keep searching for guidance in me. Oh, I keep tunnel vision instead. Trying to keep my head above waters, try me. 'Cause I keep on floating till I can't breathe, till I can't speak. Oh, I try to be me.
Cause I don't wanna let nobody tell me that I could do wrong.
Even when the table's turning, I would never do you wrong.
I'm not done with this.
No, you would never catch me again.
Unless you get real. I won't be making the same mistake.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Daddy's car, one night stands with movie stars, shitty art. Too stubborn to learn guitar. How did I get here? A dead flower in my hair. Take me somewhere. Let's disappear for the whole year. My skin on the curve, and when I learn too fast on the turns, yeah. And they beg for free tickets. Wait a minute, I just hit my limit. Lazy on every, I'd rather run over myself with a car. Fucked all the ways I've been living these days. I hate it. Cause when everything turns to hate, and I keep making all the same mistakes, and the nights were damn hot, and I had to go and fight, yeah. And I know I get stooped too low, anything for my damn ego. And I've been taking all the wrong drugs, so I had to go and fight, God. Yeah, I had to go and fight. The older I get, less I wanna talk. My table only small, but my fridge is stocked on. Oceans are dying, but I still look high. I'm running away, less and on more walks. Taking my time as I fall in love. My skin on the curb, and will I learn too fast on returns? Yeah, yeah. And they beg for free tickets. Wait a minute, I just hit my limit. Maybe you're just me, but are you even happy? Are you having fun? Fucked all the way I've been living these days. I hate it, I hate it. Cause when everything turns to hate, I keep making the same mistakes. And the nights were damn hot. Yeah, I had to go and find it. And I know I can stoop too low. Anything for my damn ego. And I've been taking all the wrong drugs, so I had to go and find you. On my knees and take me still. I'll do anything, let's make a deal. And I swear that time stopped. And I swear that time stopped. And I know I can stoop too low. Anything for my damn ego. And I've been taking all the wrong drugs, so I had to go and find God.
No, it's the real person.
It's her.
Uh-oh, our camera battery's out. Yeah, so we were talking about that a minute ago, and when we were watching that yesterday for the first time, I was just like, was that a real person in there, or it kind of like in some of the angles, I maybe it was just the camera work or whatever, the lighting. It kind of looked like an NPC character, like a Grand Theft Auto character, or something. But we're getting the cameras working. Sorry, folks.
But we're still here.
Forgot to check that. All right, there we are. We're back. So that Niia one right there, that was really cool. I'm gonna have to dig in more on some of her stuff. That album you're talking about.
A Mouthful of Salt that she released last year. Real ambient album. It's really awesome. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing all these artists with us. I hope everybody out there enjoyed these. Really cool stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to show more from these artists again in the future.
Absolutely.
So we look forward to that. And make sure to follow all the links in the description of this video. You can look up all these artists. You can get tickets to each of the show. I have the ticket link in there. The event page from Facebook, I think, is in there too. Yep. So one more time, let's tell everybody where these events are and what you're doing.
All right. So Festival of Sisterhood, a trilogy of queendom. It's a three-parter. Part one, Tales from the Throne. It's going down Saturday, April the 29th at Canopy and the Roots in Dahlstrom. You can see that it's going to have a happy hour, followed by a women's centric business market. And it's going to have Jayna, Jennings, Katie, Martin, Nadia, Vaeh, Robin Shakedown, and the Threadbare Skyvies. And then on Sunday, April the 30th, is the Queendom Homecoming. Again, my first show back in Athens in about 3 years. It's going to be at Rabbit Hole Studios, and it's going to feature performances from Ashley Tatarsky, formerly of Sister Moon, and then Hannah, Nadia, Vaeh, Persephone, Robin Shakedown, and Tracy Brown is going to be on that one. And then the finale, Saturday, May the 13th at Wilder's Coffee Shop in Decatur, North Decatur, actually. And that's going to be like the huge blowout. So we're going to have Ali Bae, Ani Kaizen, Chelsea Shag, let me see. I'm trying to remember all from the top of my head. Hannah, Persephone, Kelly Romo, Nadia Vaeh, let's see, who else? It's like 11 acts on that bill. It's 11 acts on that bill. Vanessa Grandiero, Robin Shakedown is on there as well. Mom Friend is on there. And I think that's everybody. Okay. I believe that's everybody. It's 11 acts on that bill. So,
and are all these shows starting early? Or
so
I noticed the one here in Athens started at like noon.
Noon, yeah. Doors are at noon, and then the show's going to start around 1. And then the one in Decatur is like doors at 1, shows at 2. All the shows are going to start early and going to end early. Just because I know the one Saturday Saturday night, and then the following Saturday, the one in May, they're going to end probably like around like 9, both of them, because so then that way folks can either go to another event, or they want to stay at the bar, or they want to go home. They can do all of that. So I'd rather give people the option to, because let's be real, like, who really wants to like stay up till like 12, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, still listening like to live music? Like, dude, your feet are going to be tired. You're going to get tired.
I mean, 11 acts in that last one. That's a long show.
It is, but I got it.
Awesome.
I got it to where it's gonna move seamlessly. Like and even with the shows that we're doing on Saturday and that Sunday, like it's gonna move quickly. Cool. So folks are gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's over already!" Yeah, because we're not dragging it. We're not dragging anything out. We're trying to keep like the breaks to like 10 to 15 minutes, because otherwise nobody wants to just sit there for like 20, 30 minutes waiting for the next act to go on. Like, no.
And what's the best way for people to find Onyx Echelon 85?
So
you.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is Beats and Eats. So BEATZNEATS. And then you can follow Instagram for OE85. It's OE85ENT on Instagram. Same thing for Facebook. You can find OE85 on Instagram, as well as in me on Facebook, just Akeeme Martin. So it's all me. I told you, it's a one-man army. So I run my personal as well as the business one too. So
well, make sure everybody follow those links, because like we were talking about your Friday thing and stuff like, you always have something going on. Even when you don't have these shows, you're always still doing something on your social media promoting these artists.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that'll help a lot of people out. So
yeah, I mean, because I want to. It's about, again, supporting your indie music friends, supporting your indie creative friends, and like I've managed to. Like I said, I've been in the city for 20 years and been in this business for 15 of that. So I want to continue that, and that's what keeps me driven. That's what keeps me wanting to do, create these new opportunities and continue to do things differently than what everybody else is doing, because it's like, I don't want to do just a show. I want to do something that's really going to gravitate towards people, or at least spark that curiosity. Like, you're doing a festival in 3 different cities in 3 different days. How are you doing that? So people always tend to be surprised when they're like, "You're doing this on your own." I'm like, yeah, I am.
We'll have to show you how to get some interns.
I'm good. Oh, truth be told, I'm good. I'm good. Like, the only reason why I say that is
I get so overwhelmed with all the planning and stuff like that. It's a lot of work.
It is. But I've managed to know how to utilize my time, and because it's fun for me. Like, it's really fun for me, and I can make it happen. And I know my drive, and I know I can continuously get the job done. That's probably the only downside about having someone with you, as to whether or not they're going to have that same drive as you.
That's definitely
because and it's not to say that I will never have someone that's to do it, but it's like, it's hard. And sometimes you don't want to bank on someone to kind of get the job done, especially if it's very time sensitive. So for me, it's just like, any amount of time I was able to get everything done, then that's when the folks will hit me back. It's like, "Yo, is it too late?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'll make a spot for you just because." So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. We appreciate you coming on. It was a blast. Some great artists, and we'll definitely see you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah, sooner rather than later.
All right. All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody. We'll be
Yeah, don't forget to stay tuned because we're going to be coming up. We're going to be doing the drawing. We got a few last-minute submissions that are going in there.
All right, here's some more of those.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool.
And
all right, coming up next.
Forgot about this one. Yep.
Right after this. So Lydian, let's talk about what you were playing. What did you have out there?
It's an electric cello.
Electric cello, yeah, that was nice. That's makes it a little bit easier to carry around, probably.
Totally, and it's so much more resilient to impact, and yeah, it's a solid little guy.
Yeah, and you know, some people that watch our show might know you from Onyx. You've been doing something else recently. What was the other project you were working on?
My partner Matt and I are in a band called Vile Body.
Vile Body, that's right.
Yeah.
We mentioned that on the show the other day, and I meant to talk to you about that earlier.
Yeah. That's been really fun. So Matt and I started during lockdown listening to more like progressive folk from England in the 60s. So a lot of Steel Eye Span, the Watersons, and so doing these old folk traditionals and then adding in a drone element is something that we've been hearing more and more of with bands like Shovel Dance Collective and Linkum and this local band Magic Tuber String Band, who are incredible. So we're doing these folk traditionals, the drone, and some of Matt's original songs.
That was with Jeff Tobias, wasn't it?
We played with Jeff Tobias at the Bolo Bolo show on Friday. He was playing with the Electric Nature.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. It's so good. They're on tour right now, and
so I noticed on your merch table you had a couple different things.
I do. Yeah.
These aren't yours, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 different. I don't know if you can zoom in on these, but tell us a little bit about what these are here.
Yeah. So those are my zines. The ones on the ends, that's Joro Season, and Fledgling Season is the sequel. Those are poems and photos that I wrote about transness and top surgery and estrangement and animals, and then Poison Resignation and Bread and Rose ceremonies I published in July of last year, and those are submissions from folks, poems, art.
The camera here, I'm going to hold this up so you can see a little more, because some of your art is in here too.
Yes.
Look at the psychedelic.
Yeah, so I started doing visual art again sometime last year. I started being introduced to the magic of completely legal psychedelics, and that just kind of pressed a reset button in my brain that made it a lot easier to start doing visual art again.
Nice. Are you talking about like CBD stuff or?
Whatever it is I'm talking about is completely legal.
They had something in Florida where people were licking some type of toad.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, the toads, man.
That cannot be legal.
I don't know.
Well, they made it a law, but it was legal for the longest
that
time.
toad-looking thing has been going on for what, 40 years now?
Wow.
40 years and change. Every now and then the toad-looking thing comes up. Apparently it's really hard to get high off the damn toad because
leave the toads alone.
But you get these weird hiccups, and it just makes you go ribbit.
I don't know. Maybe the toads like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're into it.
Well, the frogs and
this is the person you want on your show. Is you got to find the toad person and have them on as a guest. But they'll be great guests.
Yeah, no, yes. I am completely against toad licking. Let it be known.
Yeah. I think we are too. But so you've been doing the poetry and the art, and then the Vile Body has been the new project. That's in the last couple of years, right?
Yes. Even within the last year maybe.
Oh, okay. That new. Okay.
Yeah, I think for their last birthday, Matt got a harmonium and just started writing songs again for the first time since Grape Soda quit playing.
Yeah.
So years. It's been really exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well,
I'm going to jump in because we're going to.
Yeah. Let's talk.
I have to quickly shill Kevin's record.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone should own this record. Everyone should own this record. And you were going to talk about your new record. Is that the one I did a mix for?
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Actually, Kaizen afforded me the opportunity to do a teaser because you brought up quite aptly Lionel Hampton, and as it happens on my upcoming sometime in the foreseeable future, like before I croak, as a little thing I like to call Panops, which has a lot of experiments and covers on it, and I'm not going to even give a date because my guess is it would be a miracle if it showed up in any form, whatever, before the end of the year, but who knows. But in any case, one of the tunes on it is Hampton's Midnight Sun.
Really?
Yeah, using Mercer's lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did an arrangement of that using the Pete Rigolo arrangement that June Christie sang.
Okay.
Yeah, and my wife Helly's she's gonna be contributing the vocal to that.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but it's like, if you take a bunch of guitars and you play Pete Rigolo on it, he was with Kenton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do that and you end up with Zappa. I was somewhat terrified to discover that my stepson Thomas is getting a production credit on it because there's like one fucking note. I mean, between the old ass vinyl and there's just some brass sonorities that elude me in terms of what the harmony actually is, because because I'm just a dumb guitar player, right? It's like this, it's in harmonic, sue me, That's so. So that's what happens, and it's terrifying. But anyway, that'll be coming out sometime in the foreseeable future, and Lionel Hampton figures prominently in it.
Well, as soon as you do that, let us know. We'll let everybody know, and maybe we'll have you on again at that point.
Hey, well, again, thanks.
Talk about that.
Yeah, thanks for the use of the hall, and out there and in here, and.
So, what's the best way for people to follow up and find your stuff?
What?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, right. Well, merch. The merch is kevindunn.bandcamp.com. Kevin Dunn, all one word, of course, as is the style for Bandcamp URLs, and various bits and pieces of my stuff only in the digital domain, and available both digitally and as gorgeous ancient technology CD stuff. I hear tell you all are nostalgic for that now.
Oh, it's true. I hear about that too.
It's amazing. Everybody's nostalgic for everything.
And
Diane Arbus had a great line about the most unutterable nostalgia there is.
Lydia, and let everybody know how they can find your stuff.
I'm at libram.bandcamp.com. That's LYBRAM.
Okay. Casey?
You can find me at my website. It's called Basket Case 13 right now. I'm changing it right now to my full name.
Okay.
And then at my Instagram, Queso03, which is soon to be just Kaizen.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to hold this up again so you can all see the spelling.
One more time.
Whoa, what did I do? Oh, it's over there. So, I am on the Bandcamp. I am on all the streamings. My sheet music is at JW Pepper and Sheet Music Plus and Theodore Front, and I have a website, jackcurtisdabowski.com, and that's the spelling, so you can see that, and it's real easy to find. I show up really easy on all the streamings and all the Bandcamps and all the searching.
It's true.
So, it's true. Yeah, thank you for looking me up, and thank you for listening. If you check out my stuff, I really appreciate it, and it's just great being here with everybody, because this is my first time performing in Athens.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was a great time in this venue, as I just love JOKERJOKERtv, and I love the venue here. It's totally chill, it's totally friendly, it's easy to drive in and park and hang out. It's a great hang here at JOKERJOKER. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and being a part of it.
So, when I've asked Kevin and Lydia before, but anytime we get some new faces, we've been asking all the artists. We had this pandemic thing going for the last couple of years. How did that affect your ability to create your art?
Oh, geez. We had a show this is my ensemble. I have this ensemble, the Jack Curtis Dabowski Ensemble, and we do live scores to silent film. And since you asked, we did this show in February, but oddly enough, I was on a ski trip on President's Day, and I broke my hip, and I had to miss the show.
Oh man!
Right, and then I'm in the hospital, and then COVID happens right away.
Oh no!
So we had to cancel like basically a year of shows. We didn't perform again until I think 20. I don't remember when. It's on the website when our next show was. But there's this period where you're just stuck at home, and it allowed me to work on all these back burner projects. For example, the piece that Kaizen played was something that I started in 2014, and I was like, oh, I'll finish this sometime. And it was kind of like a back burner thing. And the pandemic happens, and sure enough, I finished it in 2020. And then in 2020, I was able to really start doing these tracks and send them to Kevin.
Nice.
So oddly enough, the pandemic was this point in time where we were able to do stuff at home and work on these back burner projects. And then I think it was October of 2021, the Jack Curtis Dubowski Ensemble we start doing shows again. And it's at least in California, it's one of these things where everybody's masked and you have to show the card.
Vaccination.
And when we did our first show at the Art Theater, it took an hour to get the audience in because because the shows sell a lot of things, but because they're very popular, but they were still at that point in time where they're checking everybody's little vaccination card. It took an hour to get the audience in. And so, you know, we've started performing again, and it just feels really good to be out and doing shows. But since you asked, that's been basically my little pandemic adventure. I'm sure everybody has all kinds of pandemic stories.
Right.
I got tracks on 2 albums in the course of the Plague Years, and Cosmo Jr.'s Athens Legends, also available on Bandcamp. That's Cosmo Jr.'s Athens Legends. Ask for it by name. They're not. It's on. Yeah. Cosmo.
Well,
Jr.'s
you know, one of the
Bandcamp.
things that I've been loving, talking to a lot of artists, is so many artists have been collaborating together from their own hermetically sealed remote bunkers, to make some amazing pieces. And it's really awesome that we have all you guys meet in person.
Yeah.
And then perform and really just jammed it out for us.
I mean, I think to say for a composer like me who writes choral music and does commercial film music stuff and does my little kooky albums, but I also write this kind of like very difficult, serious concert music, for lack of a better word. When someone like Kaizen says, I'm going to play this piece, it's a 14-minute piece. It's really not an easy piece. It's very difficult. It's fully notated. It's kind of like a free atonality, meaning it's not a tonal piece, but it's sort of composed by ear, so it sounds good. It's not the kind of piece you can fake. So when someone says, I'm going to do this piece, and you're like, well, I'm going to fly out. I'm going to go out and come. And then as long as I'm like, hauling my tuchus all the way out here, I'm going to try to set up a show, and I'm going to meet with these conductors, and I'm going to try to make the most of my time and come meet you great people at Joker, and hang out with you here in the studio. So it's like it's very exciting to do these things and to work with people whose work transverses all these different music scenes.
And prepping for that concert was one of the biggest biggest mentally hardest things I ever had to do.
How long did you prep?
It took me 5 months.
Wow.
And because like Jack's piece, he said it's 14 minutes long, and there's another piece on there that's almost 20 minutes long. It was a piece simply called 3 Pieces by Ben Zucker, and it's almost 20 minutes.
Wow. And when you say prep, what do you like? What is your regimen of prep?
Well, it begins every day at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Holy! Take it easy.
That's what I was asking.
I practice every single day. I practice 3 hours a day.
Wow.
I warm up. My warm up is in necessarily a warm up. I pick my favorite jazz standard, so it can be like "Speak No Evil" or whatever, and I play the chorus, and then I solo traditional jazz stuff, and then I start working on the pieces for what I played yesterday. And then after that, I get to my studies with concert percussion and jazz percussion.
Wow.
And then twice a week, I swap that and throw in my piano studies in there.
Where do you do this at? Is this at home, or do you have a studio?
At my at KSU's studios.
What is that?
KSU, Kennesaw State.
KSU. Okay. All right,
Kennesaw State University. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice. That's good. That's nice to have that access to something like that.
Every day at 5 a.m. I would practice 3 hours, go to the gym, and then have class.
Wow.
Kaizen, why are you not dead?
Lot of coffee and the will of God, but
yeah, the 5 a.m. thing is.
No.
Yeah,
I go to
that's
sleep.
dedication.
Yeah.
That's still more or less the hour of the wolf.
I was always a night owl. I practiced and I composed and I did but I always was a night owl with this stuff until recently.
My circadian rhythms are just in these latter days. Are just shot. I mean, it's just like I fall asleep in front of the computer, in the chair, get up, go to bed, get up at 6 in the morning because the frozen shoulder and the new quasi-neuropathy is sort of like, bugging me.
I got a question for you, Kevin. How do you practice and play guitar with those issues? What do you do to mitigate those?
The shoulder, I'm going to tell my Les Paul story because I love my Les Paul
tell a story.
Yeah, okay. Les Paul got in a terrible fucking car accident in England, like 1950 or something, and his right arm got dinged up catastrophically, and they were on the verge of taking it off.
Oh dear.
This is 50 now, mind you. You know how long Les lived, and he said, no, look, go get me a guitar. And they brought him a guitar, and he ascertained that he still had motion in his fingers, and he could still move from the center of the palm, and still had the thumb. And he said, okay, ouch, 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 okay, wire it up there. And Les Paul's arm was in, ready to play mode, his right arm, anyway, for the rest of his life. I don't think he could get, I'm not sure he could ride at all, because I don't think unless he actually moved his body, even then, I don't think he had an appropriate receptive capacity in the palm to handle it. Anyway, the bottom line is that I'm kind of grooved for guitar after all this time, and it's like, the numbness, I have been told, is some sort of nerve impingement that may simply be related to my mouse. It's not carpal tunnel, but it's something else. So, that's probably addressable. The frozen shoulder, they come, they go. I get one every, 20 months or something, and it lasts 6 months, and that's just how it goes. And, so I just do it.
Now I got a follow-up question to your wired up in the right story. Did he have to sleep with a guitar? Just to be in the resting position, since it's wired up in that thing, that would be kind of interesting.
No, I think it just healed that way, and it's just like he had a pillow, and it's like, but that he had lived long enough to get a My Pillow.
Yeah,
that would have been great. Les would have liked that. I don't know, maybe Les was a Nazi. I don't know. Was he? Well, okay.
Well, we appreciate you guys all being on the show.
It was great. I'm glad we.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Thanks
you have
for
a
the
great
stage.
place.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Yes.
Thanks for allowing us to sort of multiply instantiate, what Athensness is.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
And this is the first time I've ever been to Athens in almost Oh man, it's almost been like 7 years since I've last been to Athens.
Wow.
Welcome.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for everything.
All right.
Hey, and can we do one last thing?
Yeah.
If you guys can just
Station IDs.
Wait. Take us out.
Yeah.
Take us
out. Yeah.
And
Just say your name.
Okay.
And I want my Joker TV.
All right.
And if you guys can go straight down the line, then we can.
Yeah.
Straight down the line.
Or they could say it all at the same time.
Oh, you can say it at the same time, however you want to do it.
It looks like your camera's freaking out again.
Yeah, it's that Android.
Are we gonna say our names all at the same time?
What is the ensemble called, or the piece that you played?
Well, the show name was
For OSTINATI, Two Saurians.
For OSTINATI, Two Saurians.
But that was just sort of like the framework for it. Intended framework for it.
Yeah.
Well, do this. Like, say your name, each of you. Say that, and then say
all of us in unison.
TV. Yeah. Well, your names each, and then you say that name for what is it?
For OSTINATI, Two Saurians.
I say that.
Say whoever. Yeah.
Whoever.
You say that.
Right.
And then together say, "I want my Joker TV." Oh shit. That was an accident. All right, we're back.
All right, we are back.
All right, so it's been a long show, so we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway.
That all of our big fans that have been in the chat and also just hanging in there watching us. You know,
it's
now
pretty cool.
Is that moment.
This is peaking for some reason. I don't know. I need to get it further away from me.
Yeah, peaking.
Like
a duck.
Yeah, I think it's still set for Akeem's setting.
Oh yeah, because he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's quiet a little bit.
A quiet
command. We had to
with
turn
a
it
loud
up.
voice.
Okay.
A loud message.
Okay, so I mixed it up. You reach in there
Alrighty,
and grab the name that we.
Okay, there's like tons of them in here.
So.
And we have a winner. Let me read this.
Can you read it?
It says, Jack Curtis Dubowski.
Oh, nice.
All right, here we go.
Let's hold that up. So, yeah, you see that on the camera.
Congratulations, Jack.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So, I guess we're sending something out to California.
All right.
So, we'll talk to you, Jack. Maybe we'll send him like a Joker TV T-shirt.
Right. Hey, that? Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah,
I'll see which one he wants to get. But we'll send that out to you, and I guess that's the end of the show, right? Let's just.
All right, yeah.
It's been a little bit longer than normal.
And for all of our people, all of our friends in Europe, we want to thank you for staying up on this extra special late night. And good morning, Asia.
Mine doesn't say how long our show's been today, so.
Yeah, we're in the 3 hour, or close to 3 hours.
3 hour range.
Almost. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Woo.
Bye.
I'm Bryant Perez, and I want my Joker TV.
We are Country Travel, and we want our Joker TV.
Well, hello there. I'm Delleile Gordon, and I want my Bumper TV. I'm Delleile Gordon, and I want my Bumper TV. I want my Joker TV.
Hello, my name is Irrelevant, and I want my Joker TV.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Jack Curtis Dubowski.
Kaizen Elisi.
Lydia and Brambila.
Kevin McFoy Dunn, and this was the For OSTINATI,
Two Saurians
show, and
I want my Joker TV.
Woo! All right.
Was that good enough?
That was it.
That's fine.
Joker TV.